G is the most advanced form of the Wing Chun system.
All right, why is this a Biu Tze video? Because he uses his legs in a coordinated manner with his two hands. Yeah? What? That could be Chum Q Monad, I agree. But then he also does some of the specific technology from the Biu Tze form Lung Ting system. And as you know, if you've been paying attention to my videos, I consider the Chum Q boxing form a kickboxing form, and it is the bridge. It's the bridging form because it bridges the Tsun Tao self-defense with the advanced actual Wing Chun-ness, the Biu Tze form. So it's a bridge. You leave one form and you go into the other. And people call that an engine. People call that the forms. People say that you do it all together, and they argue about this. So what it means is that you get better, and one move becomes another move. So you leave Tsun Tao behind, right? You get footwork and stuff. It's no longer just a self-defense. Tsun Tao is like rape defense stuff, you know, like, hey, kick him in the balls and punch a lot, and then I'll throw scenarios at you. That's Tsun Tao level. And you learn the Chum Q form, and you start doing partner sets, and it's all that stuff. We used to call that karate level, but I'm going to give karate more respect. But that's karate level, right? Block, punch. Or put a block and punch up together as a block punch. A lot of Wing Chunners think just because they're doing a double block thing or double punch block, standing on 2 feet, 50-50. Well, that's karate kickboxer, right? Chum Q level, go for it. Lifetime achievement you can do in that. God bless you. Now, if you want to get out of that, if you want to start doing fancy stuff with your feet, if you want to do in sports, right? If you want to go into sports, you have to eliminate a bunch of your fatal instant kill moves, which I don't think are going to be very reliable, so you should eliminate them anyway. You've got to, if you want to go into sport, you have to adapt. And anyone who says that Wing Chun doesn't do that is full of it, because you have to adapt to how you stay out of jail. That's a sport. So BT means boxing training. All right. So you have to lean, you have to twist, you have to cave your chest in, you have to lean, you have to dodge. Evasive tactics, right? Some people say Biu Tze form is what? Fighting from an uncomfortable position. Well, boxing rules put me in an uncomfortable position. Now, Agent OO is doing kickboxing. He's doing pummeling, kind of a clinch versus pummeling thing. He's stopping all his hits on the face. I'm not going to talk about his hands. I'm going to talk about a few footwork things. So he comes in with the classic Lung Ting system, iris, inner rotation, induction stance, character 2, fighting stance. And he's moving around in the fighting stance. So when you look at the Lung Ting advancing step and closing step, and you look at the Hunbo circling steps and clamping them together, which we start all beginners with, it just takes, the 10 years of hard work to get there. Three for you athletes, because you're so good. The rest of us, it takes a decade plus the 2 years for family. So, after a decade of doing it, you have it, right? And so we don't wait to show you the form. To learn the forms, you should learn the chi saos, and you got to earn that stuff. What? I know it's hidden in section 1. I know. Shh. All right, back on track here. One of the things Agent OO does here, double O, he sticks his leg out with his hand, and then he withdraws his leg and he pivots a certain number of degrees. We'll say 90 for the video. And then he creates his iris Eiffel Tower, and the other guy has nowhere to stand. He falls over. He does some cool little kicks. You could say those are wooden dummy kicks if you want. I don't mind. I'm not really talking about the specific moves here. I'm talking about how his stance moves around and how it looks like these pictures here. So this is Lung Ting doing his form from the old video. And it's not quite perfect because it's for beginners and for people who haven't earned the form. They don't have the chi sao to go with it. So this is more of a Chum Q Monad style Biu Tze. And I want you to notice that he steps with his front leg. And I want you to notice the kind of way his legs move here, right? When he tightens them back up. And we're going to have to imagine the two together because he didn't put that in this old VCR tape. And then I want you to look at his whipping spine in this part, right? This whipping spine. It's mostly just to straighten your back out after you do all the concave and other stuff from the Chi Sao, right? There's a theory that some of these are just holistic exercises to cancel out all the awkward stuff you do in Wing Chun. Like the slant kick is really just to stretch out the groin after all that goat clamping stance, as an example. And we made a kick out of it anyway. Now, he did this whipping thing is a counter move to certain types of head grabs and tackles and headlocks, and there's all kinds of use for this thing here. What? No, it's not a sprawl. I was about to cuss. I used to mess around with people and bait them by calling it a sprawl. Let's do it. I'll put a whole video out. I'll take you on. Why do I got computer joysticks back there? Because this is a game, friends. And some of the material in this video relates to my videos. So I appreciate that. Next up, you have this thing where the person steps into your space and you step back into your stance, into a fighting stance. So that's your third level of fighting. It doesn't have to be the third form, but it's your third level of fighting. You have to step two people and knock them out of your way and hope you win. That's your first level, right? Second level is you knock two people and you match them, and when they bump you off, you recover by stepping to them and knocking them again. That's second level, right? And the third level of hitting power is being able to hit as you step backwards, right? So you knock into them, they match you, and they start to overpower you. So you ride that power, and on the landing, you deliver your punch. Or like punching, stepping backwards. Yeah. So that is inherent in some of these moves here.